sexual perversity and sexual just hedonism of all kinds, whether it's perverse, whether it's normal, I always say sex, or abnormal sex. If it's outside of marriage, it is toxic, always, always. So if you love somebody, if you can, you're going to help them to transcend that lifestyle. That doesn't mean you're going to walk up to everybody, right, and say, hey, I need to tell you, do this or do that. Of course, that's stupid. But if you love someone, you want the best for them. So this idea of loving versus acceptance is just a red herring. There is one salvation, Jesus Christ, right? And Jesus, we are made in the image of God, which really we're made in the image of Christ, Jesus, the only begotten Son of God, and we are to become like Him, according to the measure and stature of Christ. That's our goal. So that's our image, and that's our purpose. If we have any other purpose, like we're, open-minded, we're part of a certain, what do they call it? I always thought it was weird, the homosexual, I don't call it society. It's like, heterosexuals don't say we're part of this group, right? Homosexuals do, trans do, blah, blah, blah. There's all these groups that are identifying themselves by that. And of course that's a sin, but even more fundamental than that being a sin, they're identifying by something other than God has identified them as. God identifies them as made in His image to obtain His likeness. And then they're trying to do things that they think, they call them godly, but they're not godly and they won't lead them to God. So children are being taught a new salvation. You should be open-minded about this. This is the great thing. Well, we shouldn't be open-minded about things that are toxic, right? You and I are not open-minded about eating, anything. Some foods are toxic to us, or some foods we're not going to eat, or we're going to say, I'm not going to smoke, I'm not going to drink a lot of alcohol, or whatever. Other people do it, all right, but I'm not going to do it because it's toxic to me. So we can't be, as it were, open-minded about everything. There are things that are good for us and bad for us. And it just so happens that some things that are bad for us are bad for everybody. So like sexual promiscuity, sexual perversity, all of it's bad. All of it for everybody. No matter what they're doing, no matter how they're doing it, no matter if they have a long-term relationship or not, it's all bad. It all leads away from God.